Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Steins Gate 0. In the last episode, Rintaro agreed to help Mayuri with gathering some materials, and then they learned that Fubuki was in the hospital. My hunch was correct. We've already been through that whole spiel before. Except of course it was on a different world line. So the conversation was essentially the same, so I've decided to jump ahead for the time being. But we visited Fubuki, but this time is different. Instead of looking out on a bright starry sky, Rintaro appears to be on the subway train. Just like Leskinen said, she looked fine. She told us she was ready to leave the hospital and jog all the way home. Mayuri and the others were relieved, but I felt worried, because she is still being kept at the hospital under false pretenses, I should say, as well as several other patients. Because that, spreading case of encephalitis is actually the manifestation of something close to, but not entirely quite like, reading Steiner. Did I need to talk to Leskinen about reading Steiner? Keeping that tidbit of information is possibly the only thing that could keep us alive at this point. But how would I explain it? It might be a better idea to talk to Maho and have her explain it to him. I'm not entirely sure we should, we could talk to Maho, yes, but, I couldn't come to an answer right away. We said goodbye to Kaide and Yuki at one of the stations on the way back. Before we got to Ikebukuro, I remembered to take up my phone and open the web browser. Yes. We, after all, we did send a, rather scathing reply to, the nom de plume of, Kurigohan and Kamehameha, or Chestnut Rices and Kamehameha, as I believe it's called in the, anime. I finally figured out what that was. But this was a little test to see if Amadeus Kurisu is actually the one picking up where Kurisu Makase left off. I went to @channel, eager to see how she'd responded to the bait I'd spread this afternoon. Let's see if the fishing expedition worked. I put my hand over my mouth to stifle the noise. Let's see what it says. Mayuri had been standing next to me and she was leaning over at my screen. I fished her up alright. True that. I didn't think it would go this well. The timestamp was from just 30 minutes ago. I decided to respond immediately using the same name, Salieri's neighbor. More tasty bait to draw out the fish. Not that fishing is really my forte, or my hobby for that matter. I'm not really too fond of fishing myself in real life. I posted, then reloaded the thread. There was already a response from her. time lag between the posts was just 21 seconds, sorry. Was that kind of irritating? Well, it was kind of irritating to have her come after me so hard. It was as if she was insulting me as a person. Well, I was the one who deliberately written in mistakes, so I should have expected it. Now there is the key question. Are you Mozart? Let's see if she takes the bait. The thread's other residents were probably confused. Everyone except for her. If indeed she is the one making these posts. Regular users of a service primarily refers to frequent commenters on anonymous internet message boards. Mayuri had been watching our exchange and looked at me confused.
知り合いなの？その栗ご飯とカメハメハさんって。
In a manner of speaking, we do, Mayushi.
まあな。多分古くから付き合いのあるやつだと思う。
Well, as far as this world line is concerned. Now then, how would she reply to the nickname Salieri's neighbor and the post I just wrote? I was curious, but there wasn't an immediate response like before. The train reached Ikebukuro station. Looks like this is our stop.
あかり、着いたよ。
Everyone off the train. The train slid into the station and stopped. I reloaded the thread one more time before the doors opened. And there was a very short response from Kurigohan and Kamehameha. Kamehameha. Wait a minute. Well, the response from Kurigohan and Kamehameha is, who are you? Clearly wanting to know the identity behind Salieri's neighbor, but, just a glimpse there of the Anon from the depths. Emakita Industries and something else. This Kurigohan and Kamehameha was Amadeus Kurisu. I know everyone pronounces it Kamehameha, but just as I do sometimes, but and it seems we're switching over to Suzuha's perspective. Back at the time machine. It was a very hot day in 1998 when Suzuha said goodbye to Kaguri Shina. So this is the moment where Kaguri and Suzuha parted ways, so to speak. Thanks in no small part to that infamous voice of God, as it were. Looks like this is actually going to be a very small episode. There's Kaguri trying to open the door, and a very angry looking Kaguri Shina. She looked inside and saw that Kaguri was slamming her tiny hands down on the console. We've already seen this flashback at this point in time, so I'm probably going to have to call it an episode for the time being. When we return, adventurers, we shall I shall meet you up at an event that we haven't already experienced just yet. Although that might be a little while away. But with that I leave you. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.